At Oklahoma's Skiatook Lake, as in any new lake, not all the fish are keepers.
That's a little old bluegill. He's got your bobber under. Go ahead and reel him in, Chuck. You got him.
I don't think I can handle him.
You got him. That's one of the bigger fish you've ever caught. All right.
You want to take him off?
Now,
take him off?
All right, I'll take him off.
Take him off for me.
Man, what a trophy.
It's, somebody's got to catch something.
What a trophy. I know this is a new lake, but this is ridiculous.
You know, you're doing a tremendous job with that. You got it a lot, don't you?
I got it, bud.
Don't you do it.
You need to retire it after catching that
Cut
big.
that thing off. It's going to be a long day.
Man, with your eyesight, it should
And
be
you are
no
not
problem.
behaving yourself like you said you would.
Well, if you can't have a little fun, you might as well stay in bed, Chuck. And as long as it's at your expense, what more fun could it be?
Fishing a new lake, you just don't know what to expect next.
Oh, look out.
Hey, I told you before we start we're going to behave ourselves today.
That's a good example why you wear glasses fishing, Chuck.
I want you to behave yourself.
Oh, man. Well, he come up on that. Good. You'll be okay.
There are good quality bass in Skiatook, just as there are in any new impoundment, but not as many as there will be in the future. Although the name of the game in bass fishing is to catch fish, Bassmasters fishing a new filling lake would do well to spend as much time as possible locating future fishing areas, like these brush piles, built in cooperation between the Corps of Engineers and the Fisheries Division of the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife. Some of the brush piles are already underwater. Others, like this one, are in position for when the lake fills further. They're marked with numbered buoys. But other prime structures, such as areas like this old pond, need to be located and recorded now.
It's like another flooded pond, Chuck.
Yep, this thing is full of them, you know, right in here. The secret is to figure out where they are now, you know, mark them on the map, and after you look at your map, you know, and make sure you're looking at the right pond and do some triangulation and figure it out so you can come back and pinpoint it, you know, when it's 10 feet or 20 feet higher than it is now, because that's out of the water, you know, that's going to be next year, 10, 15 feet under, ideal, you know, drop off all the way.
Be an easy place to find. You got that bare spot up there on the hill. That'll always be bare like that. It's an old fire lane or whatever, and just take off with your chart or your locator, and you'll find that hump and drop right off into the pond below it.
Yep. Make sure of that, see, you just watch
Take a
what I'm gonna
picture.
do.
I know, take a picture.
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
You can't trust that memory, especially when you get real old, right, Chuck?
Well, yeah, probably.
See, some of them young guys can remember that stuff. You've got to take 2 or 3 pictures of the same thing.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
You know, another way that you can figure that out, Denny, is take triangulation compass readings on it.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of different permanent markers you can line up with. Them high lines would be good, just
High
like
wires
on that
coming
other
across.
spot.
You have the point of land up there where it's bare. That will always be bare, straight ahead.
Yeah.
When Skiatook reaches its final size of 10,540 acres in 1989, it will be 23 feet higher and a different lake. And as Denny and Chuck suggest, don't trust your memory. Make notes and take pictures now of what you want to fish later. But best of all, learn to use a map and compass to triangulate the spots you want to return to when the water is several feet higher and nothing looks the same. The best way to get ready for future fishing is to first obtain a good map of the lake. A contour map like this is the best, and the closer the map maker's contour lines, the better, because there's more detail shown with 10-foot contour lines than with 20. Check local sources for contour maps or write the U.S. Geological Survey, Box 25286, Denver Federal Center, Denver, Colorado, 80225, and request information on how to order Geological Survey maps for the lake. Chances are you'll end up with several map sections that will have to be pieced together. Next, determine the final elevation of the lake and draw a line around the entire lake following the correct contour line. For example, Skiatook's elevation was 691 feet above sea level in September 1986. In September 1987, it will be 699 feet. And in January 1989, it will be raised to 714 feet. Now, let's trace the contour line for each stage of the filling. We'll color in the different stages with different colored transparent pins or highlighters. The markers must be transparent so you can see the areas you're trying to locate. Now, select areas you'd plan to fish. Remember that old pond? We can use it for practice since it's still partially visible above the water. For the sake of illustration, we'll use this hand-drawn map. First, establish north and indicate it. Then, just like when using a regular map, place the map under the compass and rotate the map until the north arrow is lined up with the north-south section lines. The map is now oriented. Now, pick out 3 landmarks that are permanent and will be visible when you return, like a water tower, bare spot on a point, or a high wire. Now, take a sighting and record your bearing on the map. The water tower is 270 degrees from where you are. The bare spot on the point is 180 degrees, and the high wire is 120 degrees. When you want to return to this area, sight all 3 landmarks and maneuver your boat into position using the compass to find your recorded bearings. The flooded pond dam you want to fish is now right under you. This triangulation will work for any impoundment or lake, regardless of age. Skiatook is a young lake, and the majority of the bass being caught are typically small. But there are always bigger fish in any lake if there was a pond, creek, or river population of bass before the lake filled. The Bassmasters will be right back with a look at the best method for catching quality fish and the best area to fish regardless of a lake's age. Don't go away.